Remy, I can't teach people how to do a 7-day reset with you sitting there. All right, Remy. Okay, so today we're breaking down how to do a 7-day ketogenic reset. This isn't something that you're gonna wanna do long term. I mean, maybe you will, but the fact is it's probably gonna be too low calorie for you to do long term. This is more so something, maybe you're wanting to get swimsuit ready and you're wanting to drop a little bit of extra water weight. Or maybe you just wanna do an anti-inflammatory protocol for a little while and see how you feel. Maybe you want to do a gut reset. There's a lot of different reasons behind this protocol. So you're going to have breakfast, lunch, dinner suggestions for different days of the week. It's very, very thorough and you're going to get a lot out of this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's break it down and let's have some fun. First, I do ask that you hit that red subscribe button and then hit that little bell icon so you can turn on notifications. Ladies and gents, we got videos coming out just about every single day and they're always educational. Sometimes they're full meal plans. So really do make sure you hit that subscribe button. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so here's what you do with your 7-day keto reset. Day 1 is actually a 24-hour fast. So really don't even have to eat. Very, very simple, but there's very solid reason to this. And I know this can be difficult, and if 24 hours is going to be difficult for you, you can modify it down to 16 or 18, but I do recommend 24 hours. The reason we're doing this is studies have shown that while you are fasting, you have an increase in a specific protein known as GADD45 beta. Okay, what this GADD45 beta does is it transitions the liver to using its own fat as a fuel source, essentially. So it basically stops the deposition of sugar as fat in the liver. First step is reducing the potential of a fatty liver so that the liver can function. Fatty liver disease, believe it or not, is actually fairly easy to deal with when you look at the science. Reduce sugar, you increase the liver's ability to process sugar and fat, and voila. But the other thing is we want to clear pathogens out of the gut. Other studies have shown that even illnesses and bacteria, like Salmonella for instance, they get cleared and evacuated out of the intestinal tract significantly faster in people that fast. And sometimes it just takes 12 hours. The point is bad bacteria die faster than good bacteria in the gut. So if we can do a 24-hour fast, we are that much closer to resetting our gut bacteria. But let's go ahead and let's progress into what you actually want to do during this 7-day protocol in terms of the food. Days 2 through 4, gonna be fun. Breakfast, we do apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons, the juice of half of a lemon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Okay, apple cider vinegar, we're going to get a blood sugar effect. Okay, that's the goal here. It's just gonna modulate blood sugar a little bit so you get into this pattern a little bit easier. The lemon, pectin, going to help you feel satiated, also going to help just with the acid content in your gut a bit. Then the cayenne is there simply because it has been shown to increase substance P, so basically affects nerve endings so you have less pain, but also it has been shown to have a very, very small factor when it comes down to thermogenesis and elevating your core body temperature for a short period of time. Hey, we'll take anything that we can get, right? Here's what breakfast looks like. It's a smoothie. Okay, it's a keto smoothie. 1 whole avocado, which sounds like a lot, but trust me, we get all the fiber out of it. Okay, we get a little bit of what's called oleoethanolamine, OEA, which helps out with the activation of what's called PPAR alpha, which helps the body increase its uncoupling proteins, therefore increasing how much of your calories your body turns into body heat. Okay, we want calories to turn into heat, not to go into storage. So that, believe it or not, the avocado helps that. 2 tablespoons of coconut cream. A, it makes the smoothie taste great. B, lauric acid. Okay, we get a gut restorative effect. Monolaurin in the gut, which comes from coconut oil, coconut cream, things like that, does kill off bad bacteria. It's been shown in studies. Supports good bacteria, kills bad bacteria. So this is all about gut resetting here. Okay, 2 tablespoons of cacao. Okay, we get all the little benefits that we get in terms of the epinephrine shot. We also get the different endorphin rush that we get from it. Okay, so we get certain things that, like anandamide, that actually help us feel better. Literally an endocannabinoid that helps us out there. Okay, so what that's going to do is also provide us with nitric oxide. Okay, it helps support nitric oxide production in the body, increasing blood flow, increasing nutrient delivery. Unflavored collagen, the big reason there is A, we need some protein, but B, the glycine that is in the collagen, the primary constituent, the primary amino acid, 33% of the amino acids are glycine in collagen, is going to help support bile production. You're going to be increasing your fats a little bit on this 7-day keto journey, so you might as well have something that's going to help you support those fats. Bile breaks down fats, helps emulsify it so you digest it. Lastly, a little bit of ice. You can do it to make it how thick you want, and monk fruit to sweeten it. And voila, you've got a perfect little smoothie. You've got a cocoa avocado smoothie. It's actually really dang good. Lunch, we move into some more fun stuff. Don't hate me for this first suggestion, okay? The ideal protein with this would be 3 ounces of shrimp and scallops, okay? The reason that I say this is simply because the lack of connective tissue that is in shrimp and scallops makes it significantly easier on your gut. You absorb more of the protein from shellfish because you don't have that connective tissue, because they have an exoskeleton, right? So they don't need that. Makes it much, much better. If you can't do that, I recommend subbing whitefish or chicken. Go with the easier digesting proteins. 2 cups of spinach, okay? We want that iron and we want that potassium, but more importantly, we want the coenzyme Q10 that's going to help the electron transport chain, help keep our energy high as we get through these first few days that might be a little bit difficult, okay? And then additionally, I forgot to mention the mineral content of these types of shellfish are significantly higher. Okay, half of a lemon, again, we're using the juice there. All we want is a little bit of a digestive benefit there. Celery, mainly because of the phenolic acids that are in celery that have been linked to cyclooxygenase enzyme 2 lessening. So basically what that means is it has a similar effect to a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. It can help modulate inflammation in your body, helping you feel a little bit better. Then I recommend you're making kind of a salad with this. Sprinkle about 2 tablespoons of flax seeds on there so you get the soluble fiber, which again carries out toxins out of the gut and it helps clear your digestive system. You see what we're going for here, not to mention high alpha-linoleic acid omega-3s. Very good compound to have in there. Then we're going to move on to dinner here. And before I get into dinner, let me just say, because I almost forgot to mention, a lot of the foods that we're going to be using in this particular 7-day plan, you can get some of them at Thrive Market. So I did put a link down below. So I've done a lot of different things. I've created specific keto grocery bundles. I've created specific fasting grocery bundles, hormone optimization bundles. They're an online membership-based grocery store that makes it a heck of a lot easier to get your groceries. So they're super cool. They partnered up with me on this video to help provide some of the things that you need. But also, if you're just looking to change your lifestyle and do a different kind of diet, and you want to know, hey, what does Thomas DeLauer recommend? What kind of foods would he recommend? If I were to go grocery shopping with Thomas, what would he have me get? So I have these specific boxes with foods that I recommend, and Thrive just makes it super accessible so it can show up at your doorstep really easily. So I did put a link down below, special access. You guys can check it out. I think you're really going to like it. So link down below, but make sure you watch the rest of this video so you know what to get first, okay? All right, so with dinner, here's what you want. 3 to 4 ounces of sockeye salmon. Sockeye salmon, because it is a deeper red. The reason it is red is because it is high in something known as astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a very powerful antioxidant that has the power to cross through the blood-brain barrier. Okay, because it crosses through the blood-brain barrier, it protects the brain from inflammatory systems, right? It's much more protective for the brain. Well, it just turns out that salmon itself, being high in omega-3s, is good for the brain. So it is tremendous to get you through those first couple days. Broccoli sprouts, higher degree of sulforaphane. We are in sort of a, I hate to use the word detox, we're inside of a reset mode here, right? And sulforaphane is required for glutathione because glutathione is created from sulfur compounds. So without sulforaphane, we can't create our own inherent ability to detox, right? We can't create glutathione. That's so important in order to just neutralize free radicals within the body. So that's why we have a concentrated form there. I'd say just a handful of broccoli sprouts. Cabbage or sauerkraut for a simple probiotic effect. You've reset your gut, you're taking all the measures here, and now you're trying to help support and put good bacteria back in. I highly recommend going the sauerkraut route if you can. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted on your salmon. Sockeye salmon is actually pretty lean. So I want more fats because this is keto and we need to produce ketones. I don't want you starving. So we get a couple calories from that, right? So that's perfect. And also, of course, the lauric acid effect. Then take some chlorella. Just get some inexpensive chlorella. Thrive Market has it, okay, like I put in the description. You can also get it on Amazon. You just take a normal serving of chlorella, mainly because it has chelation effects. I don't want you having excess toxins, things like that are in the gut. Chlorella is one of the only compounds that's actually on the planet that has been research-backed to help get rid of heavy metals. Okay, so please do not skip that step. Okay, then chia pudding, I put that as a little treat. Here's what I recommend. Take 2 to 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, okay? Again, great soluble fiber. Mix that up with a little bit of almond milk. All you need is maybe a half a cup of almond milk. And then put that into a mason jar and maybe put even a scoop of pea protein powder or 2 tablespoons of cacao and then put it into like a mason jar or a cup with one of those little whisk balls, you know, that you would normally have in like a shaker cup, and then mix it up real well, and then put it in the fridge. You don't even have to go that far and shake it up. You can just stir it. Chia pudding, and that's your dessert, okay? You get 150 calories or so with a tremendous soluble fiber that's gonna, again, help you remove some of these things you don't want in your body. Now let's move over to days 5 to 7, okay? We're getting deep into this thing. We're almost done, and things get a little bit more aggressive. For these few days, you're going to be implementing almost an intermittent fasting style diet. Okay, no breakfast. Yes, that's gonna be tough, but these few days of intermittent fasting are going to be so effective for you, and they're going to help your body produce more of those fat-utilizing ketones in your body, okay? So no breakfast, but you still do the ACV, the lemon juice, and the cayenne, of course, mixed up in water. Lunchtime, you're having brunch for lunch, okay? You're doing 2 eggs, pasture-raised, okay? Really good quality eggs. Mainly, I want the choline here. I want the choline because it's a precursor to acetylcholine, which is what creates energy in your brain and helps your brain communicate with your muscles. We're rebooting you from the bottom up. We reset you, we rebuild your gut, now we're rebuilding the nervous system. Now I say that with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm not making some crazy outlandish claim. I'm just giving you the minerals and the nutrients that I think are gonna help you with this kind of stuff. Half of an avocado with your eggs. Still a good amount of avocado. Good news is you don't need to go organic on the avocado. Less than 1% of avocados that are non-organic have pesticide residue, and there's still a hard shell to protect you. Save the money. We want the oleic acid once again, but we also want the fiber. Okay, same reason we got the oleoethanolamine there, that we're trying to get that, that benefit of the body upregulating its body temperature. And then 1 cup of deep leafy greens. Do I really need to say much more? We're trying to get the Chlorella effect. Deep greens, simple, very easy lunch. If you feel like you need more calories, feel free to drizzle 2 to 3 tablespoons of avocado or olive oil on that lunch. If you are probably over 150 pounds to 180 pounds, I recommend you add that oil. Okay, dinner. We're making soup. But the reason that we're making a specific kind of soup is you'll see we're starting to introduce a little bit more heavier foods here. And I'm going to talk to you about some things that you can change this up with to try to get the gut going again. Okay, so I want probably, I don't know, 8 to 16 ounces of bone broth, depending on how much you want. Okay, the broth is fine. It's a negligible amount of calories. We're going with bone broth again so we get the collagen and so that we get that effect. Okay, then we have 3 ounces of lean chicken breast. If you want to, you can try lean flank steak, as long as there is no additional added fats. A very lean steak. Okay, 2 stalks of celery, again, so we get the phenolic compounds there. Coriander, it's going to help with digestion. So just, again, I would recommend a teaspoon or 2 of coriander. We want turmeric, but we probably want a full, I don't know, half tablespoon to a full tablespoon of turmeric, plus just a couple dashes of black pepper. Okay, and then we want to, once it's cooked, we drizzle about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil into the soup after it has cooled down a little bit. Okay, so after this soup is made, and you add your salt, whatever, use like a Redmond real salt, use a good quality sea salt, whatever. Mix it up, put it in your bowl, let it cool a little bit, then add the olive oil so the olive oil doesn't denature and go through lipid peroxidation, so we don't want to be adding other toxins. We're keeping it clean, we're trying to increase a little bit harder to digest food during this period. Now you're probably wondering about exercise during this. Keep it very simple. If you were an experienced athlete, you could probably stick to your normal plan. If you're just getting started and you want to just drop some water weight and get things tested out, I recommend this kind of protocol. Okay, exercise, okay, days 1 through 2, just a 20-minute walk, fasted in the morning. Days 3 to 4, still fasted, 15 minutes of foam rolling and stretching. Why? Because we want to get that lymphatic fluid moving. That's where things and toxins are moved, through that lymphatic system. That's our immune system. So do foam rolling, roll out the armpits, roll out the quads, roll out the thighs, the hamstrings. It's going to help you. Okay? And then a full body workout that is probably going to last 20 to 30 minutes. So that means hitting every body part with some mild resistance training or body weight training. Air squats, push-ups, pull-ups, things like that. And the reason that we're doing that, we just want to stimulate, we don't want to annihilate. Okay, that's something that Rob Wolf, a good friend of mine, has said. Stimulate, don't annihilate. We don't want to destroy the muscles. We want to get the nervous system stimulated so everything is activated. And then days 5 through 7, 15 minutes of high-intensity interval training, 30 seconds on, 1 minute off. 30 seconds on, 1 minute off for a total of 15 minutes. High intensity work, rest. High intensity work, rest. Bike, treadmill, jumping jacks, whatever. High intensity, followed by 15 minutes of easy yoga or stretching mobility work. Okay, you notice there's no heavy, crazy resistance training here. We're all about letting the body reset a bit and getting that break that it needs. Okay, now again, I'm going to say a full disclaimer here. I'm not a doctor. The whole purpose of this is to show you things that I have done that have worked for me, and also just experiences that I've seen with other people that watch my channel, and just giving people what they've been asking for. So use this with caution, of course. You always want to make sure that you are doing what's best for you. So anyhow, I do ask that you subscribe and that you keep it locked in here on this channel. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.